Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Samsung standing cover with S Pen for the Z Fold 4. Now, as you see, I've got two of these devices. That's because my fiance and I decided to get matching phones, and really no better device to do it with than the Z Fold 4. Beige 512 for her, 1 TB for me. Let's take a look at these cases. Now, they did come with the devices. I went with the black color for mine. She went with the beige for hers. And this way you'll get a look at two different color schemes. And if, like me, you like the beige but didn't want the beige case, you'll get a look at a color scheme that really wasn't necessarily meant to be paired, but it is up to you after all. I think these retail for a little under $100 US. I think they're incredibly expensive, and that's why Samsung threw them in because, well, they're not expensive to make. And I think also Samsung is keenly aware of the fact, I'm actually just going to peel this, no cutting, I think it'll be easier. Oh, take that back. That really from a case option standpoint, here we have the peel tabs at the top for those of us like me who are package opening impaired in large part. We've got a case now that has a kickstand or pen option. Now, unfortunately, and this doesn't seem like it's any better, so I'm going to go back to the bottom. The problem with that is that it doesn't coexist. In other words, you have to go with one or the other. So basically, you're stuck with either having the actual pen attached or, as I just mentioned, going with the kickstand. And in a perfect world, the case I'm looking for is going to deliver both. Sorry that took so long. And this is part of the reason I didn't go with this color, because as you can already see, it's really closer to a pink, I think, than a beige. And that, as soon as I saw that, you know, they could have matched this well. We've got some instructions there, which I'm not going to go through. There are adhesive parts, which I'm not a fan of, but that's kind of part of the game. And I'm not going to walk anyone through full installation here, but I would imagine in a perfect world, what they're looking for is obviously to clean the device, remove the adhesive, and then we have the instructions of A, B, C, and D on how to actually insert it. Now, with the back of the case, you can see we've got this kickstand, which is what it's all about. I mean, if you plan on using the pen, which is in that box right there, presumably, then you're going to pop this piece off. I think it just slots out. Yep. So just use whichever finger you like. I think a thumb will make the most sense. And the slot is revealed. Now you have the ability, of course, to pull out the pen. And if that is the device you think will make more sense integrated into your case, you've got it. So I think it was a smart thing, but it's not going to really solve my problem of wanting both. But let's go ahead and pop this on, and let's see what it actually looks like. Now, I should follow the instructions, I feel like, but I think we're safe enough with just dropping that in there. Fit and finish looks, I think, pretty good. And of course, you've got that matching S Pen. And now for the front, let's go ahead and actually open this baby up. That's going to make life a little bit easier, and I believe I have the orientation correct. Of course, I did not remove the plastic adhesive. I'll do that formally after this video, and that'll just make it so this gets stuck exactly where it should be on the device. I think the case looks nice. I think it matches this as intended by Samsung. All the cutouts are accommodated, so it looks like a pretty good case for a freebie. And if you wanted to purchase it, again, I wouldn't recommend it at full retail, but it is a manufacturer accessory on the most expensive phone on earth. So people inherently are going to be interested in getting this, I think. But when the price is right, that's when I would recommend it if you can't find a third-party case that fits the bill. Some included pen tips right there, and I think that's pretty much it. Let's get into the other case, which I'm going to use a different tool. We'll go to a scissor, since I don't have a full-fledged knife here, and want to keep that away from the phones, and ideally away from me, so you may not even see this surgical move here. In fact, I don't like that I'm again going towards my hand, but I've already looked at third-party cases. I'm not seeing great options. It's very much a repeat, I feel like, of last generation. So I was using the ThinFit P front cover to hold the pen in conjunction with the Neo Hybrid, I believe, backside. Boy, I'm having more trouble with this one. And then I gave up on that because, quite frankly, I felt like the kickstand on the Spigen was just terrible. Pain in the ass to use in every way. So we've also got an S Pen here, of course, the black S Pen, our paperwork yet again, and I know I'm going to like this case more because, anyone that follows my channel knows the majority of my phones historically are black, and that's because that was always the highest capacity color for the most part, not always, because I didn't always go with the highest capacity, but I also just felt like the black with what I thought originally was going to be more of a gold than a rose gold, but it is looking closer to a rose gold. I thought this was a better contrast than just like doubling down on the same color scheme as what we already had. So here you're going to get an example of what the phone looks like with the kickstand side as opposed to the pen side. And there you have both. Again, I think this is going to make a lot of people happy. I'm just not one of them, but I'm going to use it from now until third-party cases land at my door. Haven't been sent any for review yet, but I'm likely gravitating in the same direction. So personally, for me, I think these are fine. You don't get hinge protection. The cutouts are perfectly appropriate. And then from a kickstand perspective, whether you want to open this up, you've got it. You can do whatever you choose to do. And I think that's pretty cool. That's the whole premise. I personally, must have the kickstand. It's not that I'm always using it. It's just that when I need it and it's not there, it's depressing, frankly, because this is a tablet after all. And if any phone deserved a kickstand, it's a tablet. And it's this one. So just food for thought, but I'm sure plenty of people really aren't trying to necessarily watch a movie or a YouTube video on it. And not that I really am, but in those instances where I'm checking out YouTube, it is ideal, obviously, to have that kickstand. Now, the Black S Pen, I also personally prefer. I'm not really into the themed pen experience, but, everyone is entitled to enjoy this exactly as they would like. Whether or not I will be predominantly keeping this on or the kickstand is yet to be determined. But, the fact of the matter is, it's not difficult to have this in your backpack or travel bag or purse if that's what you need. And, of course, I think you're probably better off keeping the S Pen attached, but that's only if you're someone who's going to be constantly using it. If you just pick this up because it was a freebie like me, then, well, it was a no-brainer. You got an S Pen. I think that's more important than the case. Now you move forward on to finding the case that's right for you. But overall, that is really why the price on this case is so expensive, because you are getting the S Pen, which is a lot more valuable than the Samsung branded case. But nice job on the soft touch finish. It feels decent, but, for some of you, the lack of hinge protection, I think, is going to be the killer. Otherwise, I think you got plenty accomplished with this case. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button, and as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.